If you're having difficulty finding the word that you want or keywords, then use a thesaurus, because a synonym may do the job as well. So go and check out all the keywords you've pulled out and go and look for them in a thesaurus and see what else comes out. You might find a little nugget again that has been left uncovered. Memorable is good. That's one of the things. If it's memorable, it'll do very well. You might not be found too well regarding keyword searches, but people will be able to pass on the name by word of mouth, or as it's referred to these days, word of mouse. Avoid trends. I've given the example there of delicious, which was very, very clever. But 2-3 years from now, delicious will still be able to claim that that was very clever. But if you're a copycat of that idea, well, that's what you are, a copycat. You just followed a trend. So it doesn't really say much for your creativity. By all means, be creative, but don't go jumping on something as obvious as delicious. If you've found the name that you need and want, and you've considered it and maybe slept overnight on it, asked a few friends about it, then buy it, because it may be gone in a month. So don't go too spontaneously, because you'll end up like me with 60 or 70 .coms that you're never going to use because you don't really like them anymore. But when you are settled on buying a particular domain, then do it straight away. Some final thoughts here. If the name you want is gone, then you could try some of these tactics here that might help you. You can stick an I on there or an E, and of course we've got the hyphen there as well to make life a little easier if you can't get it without. There's always adding TV, school, university, or some such, whatever might describe what you're doing best. Then you can play with things like Tomatomatic, for example. If it rolls off the tongue nicely, it becomes memorable, and if it's still available, then you've got something that says what you are and has that branding capability in there as well. Now, I work on a Mac, and I happen to be called Macaulay, so that's probably why I've thrown in Mac Tomato. But you can always play around with things which may symbolize you a little bit, maybe your heritage or your nationality or something like that. And then we've got very obvious ones, but Tomato Web, Tomato Net, and some other fairly obvious ones, but pod and blog and news and things like that. You can add also stuff like Professor, Doctor, Mr., all of those things that may not have gone, very probably haven't, and will also be able to, or will also give you opportunity for branding. And finally, if you go and set up an account at AdWords, there's a tool in there called the keyword tool, and you can punch in any of the keywords that are connected with your niche, and you'll see the amount of traffic on a monthly basis that's going for it, and you'll be able to also work out the level of competition for those keywords. So that can help you as well, and it may also offer you a group of keywords that you could hyphen together that has a relatively high search rate on a monthly basis and not a particularly high competition, and that would be an excellent area for you to start with keyword names. Then there's Wordoids, which is a clever little tool that create new semi-nonsense words, and you just tell it that you want, for example, the word tomato somewhere in there, and it will come up with alternatives, and it will tell you if the .com is available. Okay, there you have it. happy searching, and remember, don't buy 10 when all you need is one.